Are humans the disease of the planet? So this is the question I want to dig into today. And by using the capabilities of my mind, I'm trying to get a deeper understanding of this specific topic and maybe even reality itself. Let's see. Yes, you probably heard this before, I guess. For me, I think the first time I heard it was in the first Matrix movie. Agent Smith talking to Morpheus in this apartment building, where he says, human beings are a disease. You're like a virus, infecting everything, absorbing all the resources. In my knowledge, there are also some scientists, or at least people that have far reach through their publications, that presented some books that we are the disease of the planet. I give you another idea. What about human beings are the cure for the planet? What about that? Yes, because again, with so many things, and especially these great big questions that I like to get into here in this channel, you don't know. First of all, we don't know. These are just ideas. And they're not only are they ideas, but they are very big ideas. And by definition, it is nearly impossible to say with 100% accuracy that it is like this or it is like another way. So often it is, from my view, more useful to ask yourself what is the better thing to believe. Because in the end it's a belief. You either believe human beings are the disease, or you believe human beings are the cure for the planet. So let's dig into these two options and see where it will lead you and me and us as a species, of course. Yes, so the argumentation, in my understanding, is, okay, you see, climate change and the environmental destruction that we're doing and the species getting extinct, all because of the doings of humanity. Okay, so that seems like, oh no, we are bad for the planet. So what I want to add here, first of all, human beings are not around for that long. If you believe, again, in the scientific narrative, in the story, I do, that Earth is 4.5 billion years old and evolution started approximately 1 billion years here, like from microorganisms up to us. And all the other advanced species on the planet. And we separated from our common ancestors with the apes. What is it? I think a few million years ago. So this is a very tiny, tiny time frame compared to the lifespan of the planet. So if we would be gone, the planet would regenerate. Even probably, what is the most destructive thing we could do right now? It would probably be use all the nukes that we're having and destroy civilization in the process. Even if we would do that, even if we would, with all our hatred for ourselves and for the planet too, then it would do this. I'm pretty sure after at least maximum 1 million years, probably way faster, the planet has regenerated and has brought forth new life forms. Maybe even more advanced than us, who knows, different for sure. But the planet would not die. We are not having the capabilities to destroy the planet right now. We don't have it. We don't have the power to destroy this planet that we are living on. We don't have it. Even if we use all the nukes, the planet would survive. So this is very important, I think, first to understand. Because even if we wanted to, we could not destroy the planet. It's impossible. It's not in our power right now. If we develop further, at one point maybe we have these great spaceships and we can divert big asteroids that then will collapse into the planet and really destroy it for good. But as far as my understanding, this is a few thousand years in the future, probably. Who knows? A few hundred for sure. So I think that is a good baseline, that we are not even capable of destroying the planet. So this already shakes the argument that we are disease. Yeah, it already crumbles a little bit through that, because how are we a disease if we cannot even destroy the host? Of course, yeah, you will have diseases too that are not destroying you completely. You just get sick a little bit and then you regenerate. Or you have a chronic disease, so it stays and it makes life harder. So if you go from the perspective of the planet, which is very interesting, by the way, because this is what you're doing. When you're saying we are the disease of the planet, what you're actually doing is you're getting into the perspective of the planet. So you're identifying with the planet, which in some way means you're identifying with Gaia, no? If you go in Greek mythology, the earth goddess, the goddess of the earth itself. No? So I would argue, if you do this, you have a god complex, in this kind even a goddess complex. You identify with the personification of the divine feminine, which is manifested in the earth itself, and now you're speaking for earth itself, which makes you divine, of course, a divine messenger, a herald of the earth goddess, the earth mother, which is unbelievable arrogant, if you put it that way. You're a fucking asshole. Yeah, not even asshole, you are as full as yourself if you can get. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Because the planet is so unbelievable complex, the ecosystems that are going on literally for billions of years, that the possibility that you understand it completely is 0%. No other human being on the planet, may he be the greatest environmental scientist right now living here, even he or her, they don't know, they don't understand the whole complexity of nature and earth and the ecosystems. And then you also have to think, we lack a lot of data, because all the scientific data that we get, most of it, the greatest majority is from the last 30 years probably, and then if you put the last 100 years probably, and after that the data gets very, very thin. We have to use more and more sophisticated methods with less and less data actually. So the time frame of measurement is very, very small. I sometimes use this thing with, the planet 2100, we project it will be warmed up 2.5%. Yeah, we have no clue about this. We cannot even predict the weather in 2 weeks. That doesn't mean we have an effect on the climate. I'm very, very sure that the doings of humanity has an effect on the atmosphere and of the climate of the planet. But what kind of effect? We lack the data and we lack the time frame, because, for example, we're seeing this growth in algae in the oceans, and the advanced speed of growth of trees and stuff all around the planet, because there's more CO2 in the atmosphere. The algae and the trees, they breathe it, they grow through it. And now this could be a balancing mechanism of the planet. So now we have a global cooling sometimes. That's why they call it climate change, of course, and not global warming anymore. Because they are. And then you could argue, okay, these fluctuations are maybe very bad too. Maybe. But again, I just want to put it into perspective, how little we actually know yet. And then you have these other areas where our knowledge is very dark still and very foggy, like what actually is happening in the depth of the oceans. I think my last update was like we have like 5 to 10% are explored of the oceans. Well, that's a very big lack of knowledge. And then we didn't even start off what is actually going on inside of the planet. Our knowledge there is super limited. Maybe you have this picture in your mind still from the school, where you have the core, the inner core, the outer core, the mantle. We have more sophisticated models now, so we have better understanding for the outer mantle, for example, how these magma chambers, that there are different hotspots and stuff. I think one is underneath Africa is a high, more pressure chamber, and there's a low point, I think, south of India and stuff like this. So we have a deeper understanding now, we have better measurements, but it's very thin and unsophisticated. It's a possibility that there are huge oceans underneath the surface, even underneath the oceans, but also underneath the continents, or even areas like the whole Earth, the hollow Earth, these conspiracy theories that there are actually advanced civilizations underneath. The possibility is higher than zero for sure. We don't know because we don't have the measurements to find out for sure. We cannot say for sure. Our scientific instruments are not sophisticated enough yet. At one point, maybe we will find out. The same with the depth of the oceans. Could be advanced civilizations there. We are not 100% sure because we are lacking the data. And this is interesting. Okay. And it was quite a lot, huh? Now let's get into this other perspective. We are the cure for the planet. That is, for me, when I say it, when I had this idea, recently actually, I wonder why it took me so long to get to this idea. It's very strange actually. Yeah, it makes you wonder. It's the first time I even heard it. So I came up with it myself. It's like, yeah, I was in my philosophic thinking, like what I'm doing right now, in some way only internal. And then it came up, like, why are we not the cure of the planet? And it instantly makes me feel better. Way, way better. So I want to believe that. Because it's so encouraging and motivating, and it fills me with joy to believe it. Like, yeah, what about that? Isn't that a nice thing to believe? That we are actually the cure. We are not the disease. And then maybe all this destruction that we're doing and is happening through the doings of humanity, maybe it happens because whatever infected the planet that we shall cure has also affected us. And this disease that is already part of the planet, maybe even before humanity arrived here, even through evolution or other ways, it infected us too. And that's why we are, through the disease, doing the workings of destruction of the planet. But actually, we are here to cure it. So we will cure this disease that lets us destroy the planet inside of ourselves, of course. This is quite easy. You hear this all the time. Live in harmony with nature. Don't use too many unnecessary resources. And if you do, recycle them. Let it flow through a circle. Understand the ecosystems and care for them. Like we are gardeners of the planet. Then take care of it. Take care of all this great abundance of species, of plants, of fish in the ocean, birds in the air, and all that crawls among the surface. Take care of it, nurture it, like a gardener. And yes, in the process, through doing this, then maybe the planet can cure and can develop and even create an abundance and create a health. It's a nice idea, I think. I like to believe that. Yes, and the same for ourselves. It's also a part that we are healing ourselves with that. Because I don't think it's useful to fight against the earth that you are wandering in, that you are living on. Why would you do that? It's stupid. Because we have no means of getting away here yet. Cannot reach other planets yet. So why would you fight against your own home? It's ridiculous. It's like... it's like fighting against your mother, probably. Yeah, it's very similar, because also the planet is a representation of the mother, at least from our human way of living, because it's your home, and then also your mother and your home, these are also similar concepts. You want to live in harmony, probably, with the place that is your home. Yes, and then I already made a video about this, a recording, where I said, where do we actually come from? Now, if you want to watch it, it will help you understand the idea. But basically, to summarize, one of the ideas I gave there is that humans are not even from the planet here. As an option, because we have this story of evolution, we diverted, as I told you earlier here, a few million years ago from the common ancestor with the apes, and then we developed into the humans that we are today. So, but there's another option. That maybe humans are already spread across the galaxy in different forms, and maybe at some planets or some worlds, whatever, we are way more advanced than we are here. And then we scanned the galaxy for habitable planets, and we found this one here, the Earth. And then a few thousand years, or maybe a million years, who knows, ago, there was made a decision, hey, we want to colonize or whatever, or cure this planet and develop it. And then we came here through whatever means. Maybe we did there, we have portals, who knows, maybe we built great spaceships, we traversed over many years and came here with the intention to cultivate this world either, or colonize it, this is a little bit darker, or maybe even cure it, because maybe we find out, oh, there's something that is affecting this planet, and the best way to heal it is if we get there ourselves and then fix it. It would be a nice story. Isn't this an adventure suddenly? From, oh, we are the disease, and this is also very connected to self-hatred, isn't it? If you say you are the disease, then you are the problem yourself. It is so obvious. This is, by every metric, this is mental illness. If you believe this, then you should probably go to the doctor or to the therapist. I believe so. You should do it because you are sick. You hate yourself. It cannot be any other way, because you are a human. And if you say humans are diseased and you yourself are diseased, so you are sick, this is so obvious. I don't even know how this is a discussion. It's a sickness, and I think it's a mental illness, so you are not really connected to yourself in some way. Some nerve or synapses are not really connected correctly. So you're sick if you believe that. And full of hatred of yourself and of others too, sadly. It's a very sad thing, actually. The more I think about it, the sadder I get about it. So maybe you start believing what I presented here, that we are the cure. Because that is encouraging, and then you can start loving yourself. How about that, for a difference? Not hating yourself, but loving yourself, because you are amazing. Look at you. Isn't it unbelievable, the complexity of your body, that you can experience this world? Isn't that amazing? Isn't it not enough to be worthy of love? Yes, I think so. Try this for some time, and if it doesn't work, then go back to your hatred and hate again. Hate yourself and hate the species and everything, the whole cosmos. The goddess herself or the god himself, hate them all. Yeah, why not? Let the hate flow through you, like Palpatine said. Yeah, then and see where this leads you, if this is productive. I tried it actually. I let the hate flow through me and lived it's for sometimes in a lot of hatred. Which has its value too, but this is for another video. If even hatred is useful sometimes. But in general, I prefer loving myself and having encouraging thoughts and ideas like the one I presented. Guess this is a good ending. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have something to add, feel free in the comments. And yeah, I will definitely do more of this in the future, because I enjoy it. Until then, be well.